Class, this is the simple array program that I just finished, and I want to extend this and talk about how to pass an array to a function. And so let's write a function. This is the code that actually is going to print out the values of the array. Let's actually put that code into a function. So again, my function definitions need to go here, outside of main, but inside of the class. And I'm going to make a function, public static void, void because it's not going to return anything. The function is going to be called print array. So it's going to print the contents of an array. I'm going to pass it an integer array, and how about we just call it list. So that's the parameter name of this array that I'm passing to it. All right, and so I actually can just take this for loop from here, make a small modification to it. Now, instead of my array, the array here in my function is called list. And remember, what's going to happen is that when I call it, then, so here was the code here that we're not going to use. I'm going to comment this out. This is what was printing the function here. And instead, let's call the function to print the array. So the name of the function is print array, and I'm going to pass to it the array that I wanted to print. Notice that when you pass an array, all you pass is the name of the array. You don't use the square brackets there. So the array num is going to get passed in to the parameter list, and so any references inside of this function to list will end up referring to, and this should be nums, to my nums array. All right, so let's see how this works. So remember this code here, we're asking to just input some numbers, right? So the values in the nums array are 10, 20, 30. Couple things I want to show you guys real quickly. If I change the size of this array here to 5, for example, and we run this program again, then now, oops, and you got to make sure you're in your console window when you are running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it printed out all 5 values. Now, one other thing that's really useful that I want you to see is, let's create a second integer array. I'll call it tests. And let's just put 3 test scores in here. And so this is a way, if you want to just initialize an array with some data, then this will declare an array, and the size of the array is determined by how many initializers you give it here. All right, so to show that we can use the exact same function to print out the tests array, right? Because, and why can we do that? Because in the function, the size of the array itself is used to control the for loop. So what I have now is code that asks me to input numbers for the numbers array, and it prints out for me the values in the nums array are, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but the test array only has 3 values in it, and it perfectly printed out the 3 values that were in the test array. So this exact same function can be used for any size array of integers. Now, if you have an array of strings or an array of doubles, then you need to create a version of a print function that can deal with that particular data type. But that is the way that you pass an array to, as a parameter to a function, and how you actually pass the array at the time of the function call. Okay? Thanks, guys.